We kick off this episode with burning questions about when exactly the aliens are coming. Then flashback to 1992 when Terri writes to Kim from college about what a big player she is now. Then cut to 1995 for a serious plot twist when Terri makes out with her best friend and it doesn't go well. In Unrelated, don't hate the player, hate the game. Welcome to Generation Artax.
Are you ready for us? Come on, Kim. I'm interviewing you. Everybody knows I am the star of this show. As we see.
Hello. Welcome to Generation Artax. I'm Terri. I'm the oldest, and I am gluten-free.
She's pointing to
I'm
her
wearing
hat.
a hat. I'm wearing a hat that says gluten-free on it that my friend gave me. And that's
Wow.
what I'm identifying as today.
Okay. I'm Kim. I'm the middle, and I am just coming from my very first high school volleyball game. I didn't play in it, but I watched it because there's a bunch of theater bros who play. Zane, Ben,
Whoa.
and Theo.
Mm.
So spring musical is over, volleyball begins, and that was fun. It's a fun game to watch. It's a lot of action.
Yeah, a lot of action.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lori. I'm the youngest, and I was asleep like an hour ago. I had a much needed nap.
I love that.
Needed.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure that it was a nap, because I was
Twilight. It was Twilight.
aware. Yeah, I was like aware. I was thinking, but when the alarm went off, it was definitely in a different place than wherever my brain was.
Yeah,
You're in a
somewhere
theta
between.
state.
I was
It's
just
like
going
when-
to say that.
It's like when you get a massage and you're like, I'm wide awake. I'm having all kinds of thoughts. And then when they go, okay, you're done, you go to get up and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You were in a meditative.
You're there, but you're not. Theta, brains.
It's
theta,
restful
restful.
and productive in a meditative way.
You needed
What's
it.
the higher one? The Bashar one? Gamma?
I don't know. Maybe.
Alpha?
Gamma, I think.
Phi, beta, kappa?
Delta, delta, delta. Can I help you?
Delta, delta, can I help you?
I make a
needed it.
tampon.
It's good. Speaking of Bashar, I wanted to bring this up because now it's on my mind more. I mean, it's been all over TikTok and all over the internet, but it's getting very specific. The messages we're getting about how literally aliens will reveal themselves in 2027. And now I think about it every day because what you guys have shared with me and like your videos that you found is this idea of a benevolent alien overlord, extraterrestrial, who's going to save us from ourselves. And I love this idea. Like everyone thinks bad and everyone's misbehaving and will a parent please show up? And I feel like we are at a place where we want that. And I wonder how much of it is just that we wish that.
I kind of see Kim's face making a face. I want to hear about her face.
My face. I'm making faces because yes, sort of that's what he said, but I don't like that idea because then that's the way you just presented that. It's like, oh, someone's coming to save us. And the whole idea is no one's coming to save us.
Correct.
But the fact that you're, and so I don't think it's overlord and blah, blah, that's just replaying religion. So I just feel like, Bashar says we don't know it, but we are galactic partners with lots of beings, in space. And so they're kind of going to step in kind of like, everybody needs to chill here. And our awareness levels are raising daily. Like you said, you think about it every day. It's coming into our consciousness all the time, but it's not like, a big god alien now is going to come save us. I don't like that. Because
it's like Jesus.
I think we're trying to get away
Jesus
from
coming
that.
to save us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're trying to get away from that. We're not just replacing religion with like Bashar aliens.
Agreed. One of the greatest things to feel and to hope for other people is that they have personal agency. We all feel better, not just when we're relaxed or happy, but when we feel we have some control. And if someone's going to come over and be like, you guys are fucking up the planet, we're taking over. I don't love that either.
Right.
I don't mind that. I don't like the term overlord, but
I don't like it either.
And I don't feel like, even if people, I don't mind the whole parent coming in and being like, all right, enough. Just people, fighting or kids fighting. And then you eventually come in and you break it up and you're like, all right. I'm okay with that because I think we need it. I don't feel like I personally need it, but
that still implies a hierarchy, whereas you can go in and break up friend fights too.
Yes, but the point is that we can't do it ourselves, or we are not doing it ourselves. Clearly,
yeah.
I mean,
some people are.
This is not everybody.
We aren't misbehaving. It's kind of like the average
Right.
person is just trying to get by and make
Right.
money and eat and afford things. Like most people, I believe, are good, decent, honest, hardworking
Right.
people. And a
Agreed.
few people slipped one by everyone else, took advantage, terrorized others, and took all the resources and made it scarce and built a whole system around keeping
Yes.
things from other people.
Yes. Yes. Those
We were the benefactors.
those handful of families at the top,
Totally.
and they're like,
But we were the
families
beneficiaries.
underneath, and
We were beneficiaries too. Like our dad came from a third world country, ostensibly, came and made his living and fortune and did well for himself and gave us opportunities. He didn't have to plug into some kind of criminal system. There are ways to create opportunities, but we know that there are a few people who are kind of controlling everything.
yeah,
I mean,
they're
I
not
don't think
interested
that's
in other people
fair. I
getting
mean-
opportunities. They're
You're going
not.
between macro and micro. I mean, like we were just talking macro, so we'll keep it at that. Yes. Things are obviously coming to a head here.
Yeah, we can't.
the world.
I just feel like that if what we're hearing is true, and the people at the top are like, they just own everything. Like we
Right.
live in a world where money is everything. They own everything. We can't compete. They're underground. They're so powerful. Something needs to shake that up. And our awareness is one. And two, if aliens come down and they're just like, I really want them to just kind of like sweep away.
Stop eating and beating children. You know what I mean? Like, let's straighten it up. I'd love that cleaning up. But here's my other thing. When you say, well, we're partnering with galactic beings, we're becoming aware of it. I get all that too, but we can't have extraterrestrials as external contractors, just going to help out a little and then go away. They're not consultants. There's no subtle way to work that in. If aliens reveal themselves writ large, that's a big change and people are going to be terrified and there'll be all kinds of things that are like a big fallout from that. There's no way for them to subtly change things unless they stay invisible.
I don't think I agree with that because
Yeah.
people were testifying in Congress like just 2 years ago, and there are several times, and everyone's like, "Why is this a headline?" And everyone just shrugs. There are aliens. There are aliens. Like it's a
But
fact.
why isn't it obvious to everyone? Why aren't we all connecting with them and making this happen? Like, is there a day where this is a big reveal? Is that what you're
I
hearing?
don't think it's going to be like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Well, you don't think there's going to be like literally like just ships on the news?
Like
No, that
coming
could be.
down and like
You think it'll just be one day, or we'll be like, when did this all start? It'll just kind of feel like it was. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I think there will be a dramatic thing, of the like multiple TV shows and movies of the giant ships coming down and then like hovering over different places, and we all see them. I just think, but there's still going to be a period of time where people just resist or think, oh, we're all, the chemtrails are all
Hallucinating.
making us
Yeah.
hallucinate, and they're not
Right.
actually there. Like there's
Right.
always.
Well, the fact that
know.
we're not at a frequency where we can see them, but then look at all the
Right.
movies forever. We've been dreaming of this collectively for so long.
Well,
I
they
know.
say that's on purpose.
Right.
Right, but it's all
I mean,
usually a horror
Arrival
show.
is in my top 3. Arrival.
That's so good. Well, Contact has always been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Look at all the other alien movies that they're like, blah, blah. That's terrifying, and we don't want that either.
I know, but
Or-
Arrival wasn't
no.
terrifying.
No.
Arrival was not terrifying. Arrival was amazing. So I
Arrival's
need to watch it again. It's been a while.
Oh, it's so good.
But like, well,
But
and
what is
then
it?
the
Does that make
hive
you feel
mind.
optimistic? Does that make you feel optimistic?
Yes.
No, the hive mind, like pluribus. Does that make you feel
Mhm.
optimistic that after 2027, like something's going to change? It could change the whole way the world operates.
I'm very optimistic about that. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Me
I'm like
too.
excited.
Me too.
I'm like
I love it.
actively like, ooh, because it's supposed to be like next month or tomorrow, like
Next
April.
month.
They're talking about
2027.
April. No. April, like 2026 is the disclosure, and 2027 is the contact.
Oh shit.
Yep.
It's like all of a sudden, can you imagine like right on this podcast and I just go,
Oh my god.
I mean, all of the astrologists are hyping up April.
Terry, do you not know the reference of what I'm doing? The sounds
No.
I'm making? Really?
She doesn't
The
know.
movie
She doesn't keep
Disclosure
up.
that's about to come
Yeah,
out?
No, I didn't see anything about it yet.
Oh my
She'll
God,
send us the
preview's so
trailer
good.
because I sent the trailer to you guys like weeks ago, and she'll send it to us when
Weeks
she
ago?
sees it, and she'll be
Longer
like,
than
"Oh my
that.
god!"
Yeah, no, I know it's coming out. I'm saying I know it's coming out, but it's like it's a movie coming out, and we also think it's going to happen for real. Like,
Yes, and I think that's part of how they get our minds
Desensitize you.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're screenwriters and Hollywood production.
Well, no, they say
Well,
that
movies are collective dreams, right? We all kind of want to, but they move us. It's like the last broad experience that we all share. If we all see a movie, we feel this way. And I guess I am, of course, excited about it because obviously the system we have isn't working. But and as much as I love new shit and I love when things change and I am excited by that, I am a little mournful of this idea that in my own personal life, I enjoy what I'm doing. I want to do more of it, and I feel like it's going to go away, and then I don't know what to do with myself. That's what my fear is. That I really feel like in my own life, I'm starting to get a sense of what I'm really wanting to do, or what I'm kind of called to do, if you will. And I hate the idea of like, oh, then they're going to
Why would
come
that
and
go
change
away?
everything. I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
still feel like day to day is still going to be
Yeah.
there. I don't
Yeah.
feel like all of a sudden it's like
What
I don't have
would
to
you be doing
work or pay
differently?
bills.
Oh, you
What-
don't think so? I feel like it'll be a
No.
do-over, and they'll be like,
No.
Nah.
well, like on I didn't obviously finish season 1 yet, but Paradise. The idea of like, is there money being exchanged for things? Are they just living in this
You
world?
can't talk about
we
Paradise.
can't talk
Okay,
about it
fine,
until you
fine.
catch up.
My
Yeah.
point is, I'm a little bit afraid of losing the things that I love about my life right now because I
Why
am in a
would
place where I
you?
really like it. Because the aliens come down and be like, now you're pets. Now we're going to treat you like Cocker Spaniels.
Nobody said that.
Nobody
Okay.
said that. Nobody thinks that.
No.
Okay. No.
Yeah, it's like I don't think all of a sudden there like won't be coffee shops that you can go to get coffee.
Well,
No,
also,
no,
are they going to like
no.
knock out the power grid and now there's no
No.
internet? Like that kind of post-apocalyptic
no,
tribal
no.
Walking Dead thing. I am very afraid of that.
Well, yeah, because it
post-apocalyptic-
would be terrible. That's
Yes,
that's
that would-
actual
That's
mayhem.
not what anybody's talking about, though.
No.
Okay, but there's that dream, and then there's the dream of things are going to be great. And it's like, which dream do you choose to believe? Which nightmare?
Well, do you want to just sit around and live in fear about all the worst things that could
I
possibly
don't.
happen?
I'm just saying, like, I would be useless. And we all joke about it, right? Like in the apocalyptic world, I would be useless. I would be a madam or a cult leader. The end. That's
All
my
right.
only
We started with what Bashar was saying. It was very hopeful, and it's not Handmaid's Tale
Right.
with aliens.
But if we, we already talked about this a while ago.
You're feeling
if the
just
grid went away,
great.
I'd survive a little bit longer than the rest of you.
No,
only
of
'cause
course you
Gordy,
would.
But
You and Gordy,
you
I'm
can
basically
come
gonna
over
go
and he
in.
can fish for us, and we can
That's
hide.
what's happening. How literal do you think this, like,
I think it's actual literal. I don't think it's like a metaphoric thing. Metaphorical.
Mhm.
Yeah, metaphorical,
like
right?
the chips are going to come down and we're going to be aware of this thing and we're not going to be, how would you not be a little terrified of something that's coming? A healthy fear. A healthy fear of,
I feel
healthy
like
fear?
if
I feel like
Daryl
excitement.
Anka and or Bashar are telling me not to be, then I believe them.
I believe
Yeah,
them
me
too.
too. I like them.
But do they come and get rid of the bad guys? Because we know there's a lot of bad guys. I'm just
That's what I
wondering how.
choose to
You're
believe.
really like oversimplifying a lot of things.
But the people who have us in a chokehold are bad men. I'll just say it.
Yes.
Mostly men.
Yes.
What are they going
Yes.
to do? Come down and take them all out? Like,
That's what I want them to do. I want them
I
to
would
pick
like
them up
that.
like this, and then
I
they're
want
like,
them to pick them up,
"Eh."
kicking and screaming.
them to be
like a
this
teeny
big.
little- Yes,
I don't
that's
know.
what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, but Kim, the other thing I wanted to comment on that you said earlier, you're like, we're partners, but we're not because they are more advanced than us.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
That just is a thing, and it's
But the
fine
idea is
because
to
they're
help
our
us
future.
evolve. But the idea is
Yes,
to help
that's
us.
why.
It's like
because we're
in
getting
high-
stuck.
Yes, but it's like in high school when you're equals, but you give someone a makeover, you elevate them if they
No,
want.
we're not equals though. We're
So
not
we're
equals.
getting an interplanetary glow up. Is what we're about to
Yes.
get.
That's what I think.
Interplanetary
That's what I
craft.
think.
The galactic glow up.
Calling
Yes.
architects.
Pens of interplanetary life.
Craft.
Crap.
Interplanetary craft,
Oh,
like the aircraft.
the carpenters, they knew.
They did know about
The
carpenters.
song "Calling Occupants."
Yes.
The
That's what
Karen
it's called?
Carpenter song.
It's crazy that the Carpenters had a song about aliens. Let's just say that.
Well, and a really weird alien voice in it.
Yes.
We
are your friends.
Calling occupants of interplanetary.
It's
that's
called-
the name. Calling
that's what it's
occupants of
called.
interplanetary craft.
That's the
Unbelievable
whole name.
title. It's a long. There's a lot of letters in that title.
Yeah.
All hit
wait a minute.
radio.
Oh my God, you're right. But they are advanced. They have advanced technology.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know why
know.
you're upset about that.
I'm
I'm
not.
not.
I'm no.
Kim is.
I'm not. I am really resisting this idea of they're coming to save us because it's religion all over to me. That's my problem.
Yeah, I know. It smacks of monotheism.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel like being saved means that
I
they
think
control
saved is
us
not a
or we
great
have to
word.
worship them. Yeah. all right.
I think helping us prevent more chaos is a better way to look at
Okay.
it than being saved. I just don't like
Just
that.
think of
I
all the
don't
people
like
who
that.
think Jesus is coming any minute to say, like, that's what they believe, right? So I don't want to
know.
put myself in that position. That's all.
exactly.
But I would like to be revealed. We all know that there's probably worlds under the ocean or whatever. Like, it's not even like they're out there. They're here.
Aren't you
can we just
so
all see
excited
it?
to learn that stuff? I'm like,
I am. I hope it's in our lifetime.
I can't wait to hear like the history and like what really happened on the planet, and like I'm just so excited to hear about it.
How are we
Like
going
a
to
really
hear
good
about it?
story.
The government keeps a lock on shit. I don't know how.
It's farther back than that.
I know. I'm just saying, how do you get out from underneath that control?
And then I feel like the hieroglyphics are going to be like, oh, it says exactly that on that wall. Like in a very literal.
There's a very clear UFO picture in the hieroglyphics.
There's like a person being like,
there's literally a UFO.
There's literally UFOs in the hieroglyphics, and we'll be like, oh my god, they knew.
Yeah, it's like, hey, guess what? Mere mortals did not build those freaking pyramids. Come on, stop
right?
now.
They're
Stop
like
now.
not subtle pictures too. They're like,
No.
I'm a person standing next to an alien with a long head.
Yeah, right. They're like, let's take a selfie. There's like
Oh my
selfies all
God.
over the hieroglyphic. Wow.
Whoa, wow. Hieroglyphics.
No, he's tried again. You got to do it.
Hieroglyphics.
I was worried there.
Whew.
I didn't think I was going to.
You didn't know if I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. I have stuff to read. You have stuff to read. You wanna
Okay.
go first. You go, because you had something last time.
I was going to read a section of a letter that you wrote me, Terri, when you were a junior in college, right
Okay.
before Lori and I came up to your dance show. And I was, no, I'm sorry. You were a sophomore in college. I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
I was then 8th grade.
Okay.
You were in 8th grade, Lori. And it's just a follow-up to all of the journal entries of you thinking, will anybody ever like me? And blah, blah. You're feeling yourself.
Oh, no.
Sophomore year of college.
Feeling myself, meaning feeling good about it.
Yeah,
That's right. That's what that means.
You were. I was like, am I going to be embarrassing myself? Like, no one likes me.
No, she
Well,
wrote
no,
a whole
'cause
letter
we've done
about how
that.
everyone loves her.
Oh, my God.
College is
Okay.
amazing. I'm amazing.
I'm so popular here.
Well, it starts, October 22nd, 1992. Kim, this came in the mail. You printed it out, I'm sure, at the...
Typed it, printed it, dot matrix printer. No,
you
laser
typed
printer.
it. Yeah, you printed it at the computer center,
Computer
I'm
lab?
sure.
No, I have
computer
no
lab.
printer, please.
Oh. Kim, I'm ashamed of the fact that the first letter I sent to you and you alone is during October of my sophomore year. That is shocking, actually.
Yeah, that's
You didn't write me a letter until... That's embarrassing when you are someone who means so much to me. Maybe I take for granted the fact that you were there, and God knows I shouldn't. I won't forget how pissed you were when you came to the realization that I had written Lucia someone, G, more than I had written my own dear sister. That was on the beach in North Carolina. And you whined and kicked sand on my towel with a mocking self-pity in those deep brown eyes. Silly you, irresponsible me. Because
Okay,
she
keep
was
going.
like, she was talking about how she wrote a letter to somebody, and I was like, wow, you've
Well, you
never
didn't write
written
me
a
anything.
letter.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not clear? Okay. Then she's just talking about you guys are coming up for my dance show and blah, blah, blah. I'm proud to have you.
Fun.
I'm proud to have you there. Know that inside I'm dying and loving and truly living up there, and that I mean every step and love every beat. Think of the early days when you, Lori, and I waltzed away the evenings to Dad's music, each of us dressed in our fanciest nighties. I've come a long way since those early steps, and I've grown to love dance more than ever. Okay, this is the best part. On the social side, things couldn't be more happening. I've never had the options.
Things are happening.
Things are happening.
It's happening.
I've never had the options or the confidence that I have now. Like, watch out. She's like in the mud of it in college. I am reminded of those painful nights in junior high when I was sure no member of the male gender would ever spare a glance my way. Not that I'm an aspiring beauty queen either, but let's just say, Kim, that I'm holding my own.
Okay.
I have no qualms about dishing you dirt on myself because, well, it's the only way you'll find out. Let's cut to the chase. I like this guy on my floor, Derek. You may have heard about him already. From what has transpired in the past 2 weeks, I have reason to think he likes me too. He's a cutie, not drop dead, but there's definitely something about him. But boy, can he keep me on my toes. He's the furthest thing from a womanizer, the furthest thing from any other guy with one thing on their mind. Geez, I don't even think he has anything on his mind. I feel like I'd have to jump the guy to get some sort of response. It's a game. It's just one big game.
Oh,
Hmm. But
wow.
then, why do I wait around for my turn up to bat with Derek when I could just throw the ball around with who is the question? The answer is all those randoms from Fitz last year who are all of a sudden expressing interest. I'm not kidding, like 5 of them. Where were they last year? It's been a totally social, active year for me so far. I'm sorry, there
It's
is no
October.
totally. She wouldn't have said totally, and I threw that in. It's been a
Weird.
socially active year for me so far. I'd rather talk to you about it, though. I can say things like this because it's not like this is old hat to me. The fact that people are even interested in the least is a completely new ballgame, and benchwarming has really paid off. We must
Wow.
chat. We must chat.
Oh, we
Oh,
must chat.
we
Must
must chat.
Things are happening.
I'll, I mean, that's very Bridgerton. I'll have to give you a crash course on the people up here so that you know who the people I introduce you to are, so I don't have to make overly emphatic eye gestures over their shoulders. Call me. Oh, yeah, you were living it up.
Wow.
Do you remember sophomore year of college that way?
Feeling that way?
It's funny. I kind of do, because would have been my 19th birthday that year. And my friend, who we were friends, but like sometimes made out, and he had a crush on me. He was like, "Oh, we're going to go hang out for your birthday." And I was like, "Wait a minute, is something happening?" And he had like a surprise party, but it was like a surprise, but there was a party and not everyone knew that they were there for my surprise party. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it was a
Funny.
party and it was like fun. And I remember that I was feeling it, because I remember that night of my birthday. Now note, I was a virgin and I stayed that way till senior year. I wasn't having sex with anyone.
That
It was
was
like
senior
everything
year?
but. Well,
Yes.
yeah, I did not have
I
sex till
thought it
senior year.
was freshman year. For some
Oh, no,
reason.
no. So I made out a lot, but I wasn't doing anything too serious.
Kissing
But that
ended.
night of my birthday, I hooked up with 3 guys in one night, and I thought I was like, I'm a fucking play. Yeah, look out. Like, I was like, made out with one guy and
Funny.
getting our coats in the where I was getting our coats to leave the party. I was like making out with this person, and then went
Just, like,
back.
grab people's faces, or like
No,
Yeah,
they
how
were
does
guys
that
who kind of
happen?
like me or whatever. Then I hooked up with someone else, and then I went back and I did jump that guy, Derek. Like, I basically for it. Like, he was not that into me, truly. But we kind of made out one night, and I was like, I did it. I was like, it's my birthday, and I got what I wanted. But then nothing ever happened with that guy. You know what I mean? But it's sort of like, I finally felt like I'm in my place now. Like, I'm where I should
Yeah.
be. Also, oh fuck. I just peed myself a little bit.
So
Oh, it's the
violent, those
worst.
So
sneezes.
violent. Hey, it's Terri from Generation Artax. And listen, I love a good story. Who doesn't? If you didn't, you wouldn't bother with books, TV, movies, or even podcasts. We love listening to stories, but there's also something really powerful about writing your own. You may see yourself as a reader or a listener, and maybe you wouldn't dare call yourself a writer. But here's the truth. If you can read, you can write. If there's something you would love to write, share, or get out there is no better or safer place to do it than this little program I run called the New Rules Studio, or Studio for short. It's a live, virtual, real-time writing space led by certified instructors where you get to explore your own ideas, your own creativity, memories, stories without judgment or criticism. Since you're a listener of this podcast, I would like to invite you to come write with me for free. You can get the invite at territrespicio.com/write with me. That's territrespicio.com/write with me.
La 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 la.
I felt like also I'd had a boyfriend freshman year, a very teary breakup, and not having him there because he didn't come back. So
That was my
freed me up.
question.
That freed me up.
That was
to
my
sort of be
question.
on my own.
Okay. So you were free. He didn't come back sophomore year. I didn't
No.
remember that.
No. So I was sort of free to sort of just meet people and I just felt like it did feel like a game. And I felt like I was I don't know, I felt like I liked that I felt like I had lots of
You
options.
were a player.
That's
You were a
why
I was
they
a
player.
use
player.
That's why they use the term.
Well, then I hooked up with this guy. I'll just call him Jay. That's not his name, but I'll call him Jay. And he was the one who I thought was super, super hot. And once in a while, if you happen to bump into him after 11 p.m. in the mods, we would hook up. But sometimes, only if you bump into him. Again, you can't make plans to meet someone. You
With
can't
no cell phones.
range.
Yeah.
So you would amble around in a big, crazy game of sexual pinball, hoping you're going to bounce against someone at the right time. And sometimes I'd meet up with him and sometimes he'd meet up with someone else. But I remember thinking, like, this is so fun. Like, see what I can get. Like, it really felt like that. It wasn't like, will I fall in love? Like, it wasn't like
consistent theme. Very
It was a
consistent
game.
themes.
Yeah. When is that? Wait, you turned 21 your senior year?
Mhm.
Same as me.
So
Yeah.
you were young. You guys
Yeah,
were both
yeah.
young for your grade.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Wow.
I like, because you know where there was power there. There was a kind of leverage, like you got attention. You got, like, people treated you a certain way. I knew I had a little power. It was never. Now, of course, I didn't think it was gay. There was none of that. But I did feel like I wasn't like, ooh, I wonder if one of them will date me and be my boyfriend. It was never thinking. It was like, who can I make out with? Like, what can I get tonight? If I didn't make out with someone, it was like, it was achievement oriented. It just really was.
Mm-hmm.
Until I don't remember if we've talked about this or not, but I did hook up with my friend who was a girl senior year, which was the first time I did that. That was senior year. And that threw me, and I cried over that. That's how I feel like looking back. Hello. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
obviously. But back then, sophomore year, fun, totally fun. And I think I'm glad I had that. Like, I'm not like, oh, I wish I'd had the gay experience. First of all, at BC, there really was no gay experience.
Right.
There were two gay men that we know of. They were out. That was it. And everyone else was just doing this thing. So I felt like I did it, but I didn't feel like I was hiding anything, or keeping secret. It was like a fun game to see what you could get.
Yeah, yeah.
What's my value?
Playing a game. But that senior year thing with her, you were like a mess over that.
Oh, I only ever really cried over women, like over my best friends when they would get boyfriends. I was, obviously it wasn't always romantic. I mean, Liz is one of my oldest friends in the whole world, closest friends in the whole world to this day. And big fan of the podcast, by the way. And when she got her first boyfriend, and that meant she was now spending time going to see him, I cried bitterly. And it wasn't that I was in love with Liz. I was like, is this what happens? Everyone just leaves you for a guy. Like, you lose your friends. And I remember lying in bed and
you didn't want to do
sobbing because I was like, this is it. Because I didn't want to do that. And I thought, oh, they're just going to leave me. And I don't want that. And I've now lost this time with her, and Mom sat down on the bed. I was sobbing. I was so sobbing I couldn't breathe out of my nose. And she was like, I go, is this just what it is? Is this what's going to happen? And she's like, this is going to happen. This is what will happen. Oh. And I was like, I was so hopeless. I wasn't like, cool, will it happen for me? It was just sad. It was only
you didn't want that. You were like, well, then where does that leave me? If everybody goes off,
I'm going to be abandoned.
Right.
I wasn't like,
Everyone
no man will love
off.
me. No, everyone will leave.
Right.
Same with my friend Heather.
When you were a mess over your friend who you were hooking up with senior year, what were you a mess about?
My God. Because first of all, oh no, that was a one-time thing. My friend.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Let's just say her name is Jane.
Yeah.
We danced together in a dance, ensemble theater group. And she was my friend. She was just my best friend. And we got very close end of junior year, senior, and we both had boyfriends. I was with, quote, John. She was with her boyfriend. And we just spent a lot of time together. What?
Okay. Go on.
And then I remember we were going to go shopping one day. And I was like, oh, are you coming? And yes. And so she and I are going. She goes, oh, just so you know, call him Ken. She said about her boyfriend. She goes, I told Ken I was actually going out with someone else. I said I was doing something else. I go, why? Wait, why?
That's
Would you
weird.
do that? And she said, I don't know. He gets weird when I say I'm going out with you.
Oh, that's weird.
She's like, he gets jealous when I hang out with you.
That's weird.
He thinks we're like really too close or something. And I was like, wait, so you're lying to your boyfriend about hanging out with me? Like, that shouldn't be. And so I remember being like, oh, that's weird. But we just were, because we were in some classes together, but we were also like in dance together. We spent a lot of time.
Okay.
And then I got back with my boyfriend and we were dating, whatever. And then it was Jane and I took an acting class. And in this acting class, a lot of it is like experimental, blah, blah, blah. And so you're in this like weird space where you're doing things like I'd never been in a theater class before. We'd been dancing. That's it. And there was an exercise where I cannot believe I'm telling the story. Like, this is weird for me. Where in the class, it was like Rob Sham. It was like a black box theater room, and you turn all the lights off, and you had a partner, and they would like lead you around. Or no, they didn't turn the lights off. You were blindfolded or something, and they would lead you around the room, and you had to like, what's it like to trust someone else and to like walk around. It was just a weird experience, a very bonding experience. And she was obviously my best friends. I partnered with her for everything. And then one day in the middle of the winter, you know, we were hanging out at my dorm, and my roommates were all out for the night. And my boyfriend was there, and we were all drinking plum wine. I want to vomit from this. I drank sweet. And I remember drinking it, and we were kind of a little drunk. And he said, let's go to a party in the mods. And I was like, I don't want to go out in the snow and go to a party. I'm like, fuck that. No. He goes, well, I'm going to go. And I was like, all right, bye. So he left. And then it was just the two of us, and we were drunk. And we were sort of like, I don't know. It was just like we did have a little energy. I knew there was something there, and I never really thought about it, except I knew I wanted her to myself too. And I didn't really understand why. And then I said, oh, let's play that game. It's like, you close your eyes, I'm going to walk you around the apartment kind of thing. So we did this. We had this moment where it was like one person was leading the other, and we found ourselves like in the hallway, like really, really close, like face to face. And she goes, what is happening? What are we doing right now? And I was like, I don't know. And I just remember falling forward into her face and like making out with her. And it was like, like my whole soul, I just feel like everything opened up. It was just kind of, oh my God, like this is what's happening. Like I am making out with my best friend. It was obviously, it threw me, you know, it wasn't like I'd made out with lots of guys, fucking who cares? But this was like, oh my God. So now we're making out. No one's home. I had like 5 roommates. This was very odd. And then I said, well, what's going to happen? Like, what if John comes back here? What if Ken comes looking for you? And I happened to have a room in that dorm, that suite, that was my own. I didn't have a direct roommate, which is very rare. And so at some point we went into my room, and I put a note on the door, and my roommates came home, and I was like, listen, I go, Jane is very upset. And so don't let Ken in here. And if anyone comes, if John comes for me just home, I'm helping her tonight. And I locked the door and said, no one could come in.
Wow.
I'm helping her.
I'm helping her recover. She's really upset over her boyfriend. And we're really like, I fully lied. And listen, it was real innocent when I tell you this was not, I would not call this full-blown lesbian sex at all, but it was intimate, you know? And it was like, I didn't even know what to do. Like neither of us knew what the hell was happening. And
she had never hooked up with a girl before.
No, this is
like, were you giggly or were you guys like,
I think we were drunk. We were kind of like, I think it was sort of serious and sort of intense. So yeah, like I don't remember like laughing. It wasn't silly like that. It felt intense. My memory of it.
So how did it end?
And then, well, we went to sleep.
Oh,
and
so
then
you guys slept together.
I think we did sleep. I think she stayed over, which wouldn't have been a really big deal anyway, normally. But she went back to her room, and then I don't know when she went back to her room, but she said, let's go out for brunch, which would also not be abnormal. Right. And we went out for brunch, and we're like, let's go downtown. Like we're really adults now. So I'm getting ready to meet for brunch, and I'm like, we're gonna have to talk about like what just happened. It was like the biggest elephant of all elephants in the room. And so we went to brunch, and we're just kind of pretending everything's normal. And then towards the end of brunch, she's like, we should probably talk about what happened. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, it was a huge mistake. It should never have happened. And I was like, oh, she goes, that was a mistake. Oh. I was like, I was so gutted because I didn't know what it meant either. But she was like, put the kibosh on that when I tell you. She was like,
you weren't going to do that in your mind.
I didn't know. I was like, now are we like, what does this mean for us? Because I was like, it also had the thing that I liked that was like sort of secret. So I kind of thought that would be fun because we have dance together. We have a show together. We have a lot of things we do together. And this is like fall of senior year. So this is like we're looking down the nose of our last year. And I said, oh, and she goes, let's just pretend it didn't happen. I went back to my room and I cried. I went to classes that week and came home and worked on a poem I was working on. And I just sat there and played with the line breaks and just cried and cried. It's great. It's a great time to write poetry. But I cried a lot. And then I called my friend Liz, less than a week later. And I called her. She went to Middlebury and I said, I have to talk to you. And it was like, okay, what is going on? And I said, I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how to tell you what happened. And she's like, what is it? And she's like, I go, I don't even know. Like I'd said to no one. I mean, I talk about everything to everyone. I said to no one because I was like, no one would understand. Right. This is a terrible thing. You know, I'm now ashamed because she's clearly ashamed. And Liz said, are your parents getting a divorce? I go, no. And she goes, did you hook up with Jane? And I was like,
that was her second guess.
It was her second guess. I go,
and then our parents did get divorced. Just
and
what year is this?
Yeah,
no, she's a top.
That 1994. At this point,
that didn't happen until I was a junior. So I was only 2 years later. They did get divorced.
They did. She was right about all
of it.
But how crazy that she said. First, she said her parents getting divorced. Second, did you hook up with Jane? I go, yes. How did you know that? And she's like, I just knew there was something going on there. I mean, for her to know miles and miles away when I didn't talk to her all the time, and none of my friends, my roommates were all accountants. They all had boyfriends. They were it was not even a thing. But then I had rehearsals with Jane. And in the rehearsal, we had partnered up to be partners in this dance where there's a lot of pretend making out in the dance.
So my God.
Oh, so didn't
she come to New Jersey for Thanksgiving that year?
Yeah. That year?
Yeah.
Okay. So ultimately we
were still friends.
We were able to stay friends.
We were still friends, but it was just difficult because she then went real hard at men. Because I think she and her boyfriend broke up and then she goes, let's go over to meet up with so-and-so. And she was like really like hooking up with guys. Like she doubled down.
She was trying to prove something to herself. But when she came for Thanksgiving to our house for the long weekend, she stayed in your room because you guys were girlfriends.
I think that might have been before all this happened because the snow, it wouldn't have been before November. I think it might have been, it might have been second semester. It might have been like snowy, like January, February. Yeah. No, that was, she was, But no, there was no other fooling around. Like we made out once and that was it. And she put the kibosh on that. And we never, ever
and you never
spoke of it again.
Did you ever speak again since college?
We were friends. What do you mean?
Since college.
Oh, since college. I think she went back to California and I think that was going to be it. Like
you haven't been in touch with her? Like you're not friends with her on Facebook?
No, I think we're friends on Instagram and stuff. But like, I knew that because by the end there, she had a boyfriend, like a new boyfriend at the end of senior year. She was really into, like we sort of got past it.
Did she marry a man?
I got back with, oh yeah. She had a baby with a man. Like, I don't know if it was her baby. I don't know if she adopted a baby. I don't know. All I know is this girl is not gay. Like that was not a thing. At least as far as I know. I don't know.
Right.
But we went on to be friends because she had another boyfriend and I hooked up with one of the boyfriend's friends. So we were able to recover from that. But I was like, and it felt in my mind like a little bit of an ex in a way. And it was also not like anyone knew I was an ex. So it was like I think I buried that shit pretty deep. Now, here's the irony, very deep. It took 30 years for that to come out again. But here's the weird part. I had my roommate freshman and sophomore year, my friend Megan, who I love. She was dating a guy too. Years later, after graduated college, she went out to San Francisco. So she came out. My junior year roommate, who was a stranger, who was slotted into my room, also had boyfriends. She also came out. So any roommate I had, every direct roommate I had ended up being lesbian. And then I ended up being lesbian, but none of us were lesbian in college. You know, people say lesbian until graduation.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, think about how few people there were who were gay at BC, and I was in all of them.
Wow. Yeah. How few people were out?
School. Nobody told anybody.
Still rare.
Well, yeah,
anyway, so that's the story.
I don't think gays are flocking towards Jesuit universities.
No.
I don't know.
Especially back then. Maybe
I knew
now.
one lesbian.
It's different.
I knew one. So that's it. So that was the story. I don't know how we got on that tangent, but I don't even know if I ever told you that story.
Well, we were talking about.
I knew most of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I couldn't remember the outcome.
I would like to
Yeah.
actually talk to her about it one day. Like, whatever happened with that? What did you think? What were you afraid of? And now that I'm out, she's probably like, yeah, I figured. Because everyone anyone who comes out probably made out with someone in college.
Well, I wonder if it's something that she buried or something, like, I don't know if you ever saw that Friends episode. Jennifer Aniston talks about how the one time she made out with a girl in college and it was Winona Ryder guest starring in it.
Okay.
And Jennifer Aniston was all excited. That was the one wild thing she did. She's like, "Do you remember that time we made out?" And Winona Ryder was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, but then it actually turned out she was like obsessed and madly in love with her. And she wanted Rachel to like show
I
her.
definitely did not kiss any girls ever, let alone in college. And it was not a game to me. Every person I dated, I was like, okay, can I marry this person? Should I marry this person?
I wanted to find serious boyfriends in college, but I was not successful. I just couldn't find anybody.
College is not the great culture for real serious anyway.
Really? See, I think it kind of is, if that's what you want.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, you're all living in the same. Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Here's a great irony.
I looked.
Here's a great irony. The only thing that I have at the top, well, I have a few things, but the thing I pulled out is a letter Kim wrote to me.
Oh,
isn't that weird?
Look at that.
Why don't you save it for the next one?
You want to save it? Okay. But how weird is that? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That you picked a letter from me and I picked a letter from you when that's not something we've done really.
And also because your letter was taped into my journal. Again, I did that a lot. I taped people's letters into the journal. So I'm just looking through the journals like normal. I'm not looking through, I have boxes of letters, but I haven't even gone there.
I need to find mine. I have a box somewhere of all the past notes.
I have a box for every grade of notes. 6th grade.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
I have a 6th grade box. I have a 7th grade shoebox, 8th grade. I have some summers on their own. I don't know why there were so many letters in summers. And then I have a box for every college year of letters.
Mine aren't letters. They're like
not
notes
just
that went on the
letters.
note board.
No, I have those. They're not just letters. They're like, concert tickets. They're, stuff. We know you've heard Generation Artax, but are you subscribed? Hit the follow button wherever you listen to podcasts. That's one less thing to worry about and one more thing to look forward to. We'd love to keep this show going, and you can help. Please rate and review. Thanks.
Welcome to a segment we call Unrelated, where one of us asks a question that has nothing to do with anything that came before. No aliens and no lesbians. Are you ready?
Go.
I'm ready.
What's a game that you played as a kid? We might have played together, but whatever. And I'm not sure. I'm going to be a little loose about the instructions here. That you think was the most fun. A game that you're like, yes, I fucking love this game. It could be a board game, but if you can't think of a board game that you like, then you can have another game. But we didn't board game. We grew up with board games. I mean, we did. Could have been a board game, could have been a video game, but a game that you're like, wow, I was into this as a kid, and it was seriously the highlight.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy for me. For both.
It is?
Most of my games I played with Beth, who was my best friend for a million years. We spent every single weekend alternating which house we would sleep at. And we were really inseparable for a long, long, long time. And so we played Monopoly, especially in the summers when we were at her.
You guys did.
Her grandmother's beach house, like marathon Monopoly games, and we loved it. And
it sounds so boring.
It's such a dry game, but I think we talked, and it's kind of like, people play cards and they talk at the same time or whatever.
You were serious about real estate.
Yeah, we played endless games of Monopoly, which is wild to me, hours upon hours. And then Super Mario Brothers. Oh my God. We'd be up at sleepovers at each other's houses, just me and her, until 4 a.m. often.
You're such a gamer.
So we got to the point, I know, because we got to the point where we could both finish the game. You do all the shortcuts, finish the game without dying once. And so we would sit and watch each other do that, just play the whole game through. Because we knew all the secret things and all the
Oh, yeah, had to get all the extra lives, all the one-ups. If you land on
all the extra lives and all the and all the secret, tunnels to jump for boards. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, those are great.
Like hours. And I remember, like, while we would play, I would go over and change the CD on the CD player, and like our dad had 4-foot speaker set, and so we had this great sound system all the time. So we would just be listening to music and playing Super Mario Brothers. until 4 a.m.
Because you
so
can't
many
talk.
Fridays and Saturdays.
You're not talking.
You're
You're
not
not like
talking
talking
while you're
about
doing
life.
that.
You have to.
No, you're
concentrate.
kind of just focused. Yeah. I mean, that was, yeah. I loved it. We loved it so much. Both of those things.
I never got into gaming.
Wait,
Lori?
when's the last time you sat down to play Super Mario Brothers 1? Because I bet
don't
your
know. I
fingers would remember where to go
I know.
without your brain.
I did it once, and I might have been like in my early 20s or something, and then I was frustrated because I didn't
So at least 30
remember it the
years.
way.
So you know we
I
have
didn't
it,
remember
right?
it the right way. I know you have it.
We should.
I do know you have it.
We need to.
We should play.
Oh
we
my
should do that.
God.
We
But
absolutely.
I'll
should
be
do that.
frustrated. It's like trying to remember a past life. Like I'm gonna be like, I knew this,
But I would be.
and now I don't.
Yeah, but what if like you the where to jump so that you're flying through the board? I bet you'll
It
surprise
was
yourself.
4th grade. It was 4th grade. I don't know.
But hours and hours and hours of playing.
I know.
Without
Well,
dying
this is
10,000
very
hours.
like this is very Jason Bourne. Like if you go into like a coma or whatever, like how much does your body remember after how long? I don't know.
Right.
It's funny.
That is funny. What about you, Lori?
So in the younger years, yeah, there were board games that I did love, which is hilarious. I loved playing the Game of Life, which is fucking ridiculous because it's
Yeah,
like
I loved it too.
you get, you bought fire insurance and you're like,
Yeah.
cool. It's like, oh, you took
These are
out a
horrible games.
mortgage and now have
Yeah.
to put your
These
kids
are
in
boomer
school.
games.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. The
it's a
idea that
boomer
you
game.
wanted to do that. Like,
Yeah.
and it was so boring. But anyway, I thought that was fun. I hated Monopoly, still do.
Mhm.
But I also gamed, but I did it
Mm.
alone. It was my own thing. I didn't like to play with other people. I had a Super Mario Brothers 2 thing. Like when I won it, it's like I was alone. And
Oh, that's so
but like
sad.
no,
I
it
know
was
you had no
not
one to
sad.
celebrate with.
I
That's
was
what you
so
wanted.
happy. And here's the most fucked up thing. Super Mario Brothers 2 is really intense. It's so good. And it's like there's so much development from Super Mario Brothers 1. By the way, I'm going to the Super Mario Brothers movie on Wednesday. So this is crazy.
Oh, weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Weird.
No, we're
That is
talking
very
about
weird.
that. Anyway, but at the end, when you finally defeat the final whatever at the end of Super Mario Brothers 2, it ends with the screen turns blue and it's Super Mario. It's Mario asleep, and it turns out the whole game was just a dream.
Oh, I remember hearing that.
And I was like, why does this bother me so much?
Yeah.
Like as
That's
though
a
I wasn't really playing
cop
this whole
out.
time. It was just this
Right.
fucking dream. I was very upset.
Right.
But so that was a big one for me. But really, like my deepest obsession was Tetris, along with a lot of people.
Really?
I don't know if
I
you
went
watched
through a
that
Tetris
movie.
phase because then you dream about it and it just
Oh
really gets
yeah,
in your head.
and I think about it all the time. Anytime something fits in nicely, I think about it. Right, but I remember playing so intensely once that I didn't blink for so long that when I finally died, and then I like blinked, like all these tears just like fell.
Thank God.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, whoa.
You were like
Something happened to
drying up.
Yeah, something happened to my body. But I'm still proud to this day that I got to level 19. It was like,
Out of how many? I don't know.
Out of how many?
it goes on forever. I don't think it
Oh.
ever stops. But like typically, I don't know, a lot of people die at like maybe 7 or 8.
You
Like,
don't play
was
it
where
now?
They were flying down. No, because I need the remote. I need the original
You wouldn't play on your phone?
player. No, because I need the original remote to play the way I really like it. Right?
Oh, okay.
That's
I
fair.
have played it, but it's not.
I bet you could get it.
Pushing.
It's a Bluetooth. You could connect it to your phone.
Yeah, I
Just as a
probably
fun thing.
could. But
You
it
know
doesn't look
about the
same.
study?
No.
You know about the study they did with Tetris? It showed that when they gave someone Tetris to play within 6 hours of a traumatic event, it could reduce the frequency of intrusive flashback memories.
Wow.
Tetris as a
Holy
way
shit.
to unseat
Like
traumatic,
rewires.
keep them from becoming like soft cement, hard cement, like
Yeah.
quick do this Tetris to
You should
clear
have
it out.
mentioned that in the movie. I watched the movie. It
Fascinating.
was really
That's
good.
fascinating.
Isn't that
Yeah.
kind of fascinating? I love that you're good
Yeah.
at it. It doesn't surprise me though.
I love it so much.
One of my favorite games is one I still play to this day, which
Ooh.
is Boggle. Boggle, the
Oh, of
original
course it is.
game, was
You're not fun to play Boggle with. You're too good at
Right.
it.
You know too many words.
No one
I
will
don't know
play
any
with me.
words.
You
What?
have a whole like encyclopedia of words that most people don't have. You have access
Right.
to more. It's like a cheat.
Well, no, hold on. She doesn't have access. We have the same access. She chooses to read.
You would know
more.
every word I chose.
No,
You would
from
know
her
every word.
experience, she has had access to. She has retained more words.
Also, I've been playing, like not continuously
like-
since then, but
you're manipulating words all the time. Like your words,
Right.
words,
Yes.
words. You read so much. It's always like,
there's a lot of words in my head. But there is a strategy, and most games I'm really not great at. But Boggle, I love. It used to be that there's these big cubes, the letters on them, and you would shake it and thing. And the only thing I hate is that it was so loud. Why did it have to be so loud? Why couldn't
Yeah,
they
it's part of
line
the
the
fun.
inside? It was part of the fun. You shake it, then you settle all the cubes in, you take off the lid, you flip the timer, and you go. And you only had 2 minutes and to write as many words down as you could. And then you would,
Nightmare.
me and my friends would read off the words. Oh, I got that one. I got that one. And then whatever's left, right? You cancel out the words
You
you
get
got.
the points. Mhm.
Terrible.
Now I play and I play on the subway. I'll play if I just need a 2-minute refresh, like let's refresh.
Wow.
And I find it's really fun, but the trick is if you find the word pot, then maybe there's an S, pots, stop,
Yeah.
pet,
Yeah.
step, pest, and you go back and you start to read forwards and backwards. And I find it itches a part of my brain that I really like. In fact, I got my ex-girlfriend into it when we were dating and we would play all the time. And she'd be like, you do your boards. And then literally the day I was like, this isn't working. This is over. And she was like, does this mean we can't play Boggle anymore? I said, no, we're not playing Boggle anymore. That was the last thing she said to me.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
But I do
She was like,
word
but can't we still
puzzles.
play? I said, no, you lose that too. You lose all
you
the
don't get to play
privileges.
Boggle with me and break
No.
up with me.
So I play Boggle with my new girlfriend, except she's not as good at it as I am. And so she feels very insecure about it.
Well, you do get better. It
You
does
get better.
You get better pretty quickly, but you have to be in practice all the time. And then you turn the board and you see everything differently. It's all like very, changes your perspective.
But do you remember, didn't we play Trouble?
I have Trouble.
Yeah, we played all
You
those.
do?
yeah.
I have it. Yeah, we played it.
Trouble,
God, with the-
Sorry.
with the
Pop,
pop.
Sorry.
The pop's very
Yeah.
satisfying.
Some other
Sorry,
games we
I have.
loved?
We do
You
like
know?
Sorry a lot. One game I am traumatized by because whenever I played with you guys, it was a horrible experience.
Oh, no. Rummy
Backgammon.
Cube. Backgammon? Why?
I'm amazing. At
Why?
Rummy
We
Cube.
played all the time.
Yeah, I know. With
I
the,
love
the
backgammon.
gray case.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have it.
You
You
have it.
have that case?
During
tell you why.
COVID, during
I've-
COVID, I played with Mason all the time.
We played all the time. We traveled, right? Like we
We
brought
would
it
took
with
it with us on road trips.
because it was a
Mhm.
perfect little suitcase. I have
I love
never
it.
won a single fucking game.
I don't believe
Why
that.
are you bad at it?
I was mad because I'm a sore loser, as you know. I'm better now that I'm
Yeah, but how
educated,
could you not
but
win ever?
I don't
know.
know, but I literally never won. And I was like, why is this fun? What is fun about knowing you're going to win and I'm going to lose? Like, I got so mad. And then I would get so angry. So it was just every single time we played, which was all the time. I think I actually remember the day that I was like, I will never play this again. I was
No,
like,
I
I'm
think
not
we
doing
should
this
play.
to myself.
I
No,
think
'cause
we
then
should
I'm gonna
play-
lose and I'm going to be mad.
So I can. Well, and I now haven't played in 6 years, so I can watch and see where your
What I'm
where
doing
your
wrong?
strategy.
It would be
is
fun to
wrong.
see where you go wrong because it's not luck, right?
And
Or no, it is. You roll the
it-
dice.
No, there's strategy. It looks like
There's
a game I would
strategy.
be very good at because it's very
Yeah.
similar to that. What's the thing
just
with
counting.
the glass balls,
Mancala.
right?
Mancala.
Great at that, right? It's numbers. It's you know what I mean. A little more. It's pattern. It's looking at distances and I don't
Is
know
it
why.
that it's so linear that you have to go
I have no
digital, whereas
idea.
Rummy Cube is so non-linear? I mean, Rummy
Well, hold
Cube
on.
Yeah.
plays their whole head.
I mean, look at the ages that we were playing. It was a lot
You were
younger.
You were always the youngest.
So you know,
it's like a grown-up game.
I know. I'm like 7 and playing, and you're like 13, and I'm losing,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, this sucks.
Can we talk
So,
about the
it's
game
very
that was very
upsetting.
luxurious? Like we had really nice like stone pieces. It was like an adult game. It wasn't
game?
plastic out of a garbagey thing. Backgammon.
Oh, it was very
Stone.
nice.
It's not like playing Boggle.
What was
It
that?
was
It was
cheap
like
shit.
What was that? Glass? What
It was like
that?
They almost were like
stone.
crystals. Like they were.
They
like
felt very
stone,
good.
Like
Yeah.
They felt good. I liked the sound of the clicking along the
when
velvet.
you stack them into
you
the nice
stack
little
them?
the little velvet.
loved
piece
that.
and spot.
yeah,
I
I
did like
don't
the
think
sound.
mine is that fancy. The pieces aren't quite as thick, but
Well,
it's
they make
nice
everything
enough. It's
cheap
still
now.
Felt.
Still, I think
Help.
it's adorable that if we were going on a trip to visit another family or going to the beach, we just threw that thing in there. We were really good at
Oh, I
entertaining
know.
ourselves.
Well,
Yeah.
there had no phones. You have to.
That's
Everybody
Gen
was.
X. We were really good at entertaining.
Yeah,
I really
Those
liked
are all
that
the games. We still love Rummy Cube. You love Dominoes.
Oh God, I love dominoes. I
Why
haven't
do you
played
love
in a
that
while.
one? Why do you think you love that one?
Why? I
You're
don't
better
know
at it.
Why? No, I wasn't for a while. I got better at it. And I don't know, develop strategies for it.
Coping mechanism.
But I do play one game now all the time. I actually
What is
like
it?
have to spend money on it because it makes you sometimes, and I fucking buy into it.
Good.
It's called Twisted Tangle. It's literally just detangling ropes.
On your phone?
What do you mean on your phone?
Yeah, it's a game. Like
That
you,
sounds
like
like a
you open it
nightmare.
up, and there are all these different ropes, and then you have to detangle them before the time runs out. And
that is horrible.
oh, horrible! I thought you were going to say
Yes.
it sounds great. It's basically
Mhm.
like if you, I don't know.
You have to
it's
figure
like
out
when your
how they're
necklaces-
tangled. You have to see where they lead. Like untangling necklaces.
you don't have
makes me wanna
time. You
Scream.
got to like go.
It's like detangling necklaces.
or
Ugh.
detangling like Christmas lights, like for fun.
Who wants to do that?
Oh my
There's
God,
no-
I'm
Why would
obsessed
you
with
do
it.
that for
Gordy laughs,
fun?
and my kids love it. My kids, Evie laughs so hard because I'm on now level 595.
How much does it
Oh my
cost to
God.
do it?
Oh no, it's just that if you play for a while and you keep losing enough, so like so you have to like try to get them to like loosen up and
Oh wow!
untangle.
Is
Oh
that
my
funny?
God.
All you're doing is scratching part of your brain. I'm
Yeah.
scratching part of my brain. You're scratching part of your brain.
Oh yeah, and then I'll
That's
sit there and all of a
crazy.
sudden it's like when Joe would watch Sports Kim and he would or watch football and start yelling out of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like one movement away and the timer runs out and
Oh.
Gordy and I would be on the couch and all of a sudden be like, no!
Oh my God.
He's like,
I
"Are you playing
also-
that Tangle game?"
I want to
That
tell you,
looks like
this
a
is
nightmare of a
good.
game.
Games do have a purpose. Here's some of the benefits of mobile phone gaming: stress relief, yes, enhanced cognitive function, increased social connection. I don't know about that,
There you go.
but it does help you unhook from other things: quick decision making, mental dexterity. This is how we're going to stay
Yeah.
sharp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no question that is good for you.
It just looks so gimmicky and spammy. Like there's ads. It's very annoying.
Oh, there
to-
are.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Why can't they
It
make
is.
a non-spammy version? I don't know.
You can. You
I
just have
don't
to pay for
know.
it, like anything else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
that was fun. Thank
All
you.
right.
It was
I think
fun.
that's enough.
That was a good one.
That's enough.
That's enough.
This episode of Generation Artax was produced by us, edited by us, and hosted by us. Our theme music is by Danielle Musto. Art and design by Ryan Andrews of ryanmade.com. Please follow, rate, and review to help save more Gen Xers from the swamps of sadness. Follow us on Instagram at Generation Artax, that's ARTAX, and visit us at generationartax.com.